and welcome to Friday's episode of the Literary Lutheran Reads the Book of Concord. Today we will finish the summary of the solid declaration of the Formula of Concord. 6. In the sixth place, these highly important matters also concern the common people and laymen. Because they are Christians, they must distinguish between pure and false doctrine for their salvation. Therefore, we also confess the small and the large catechisms of Dr. Luther, as they were written by him and included in his works. They have been unanimously approved and received by all churches holding to the Augsburg Confession, and have been publicly used in churches, schools, and in homes. Furthermore, the Christian doctrine from God's Word is put together in them in the most correct and simple way and explained as far as is necessary for simple lay people. In the pure churches and schools, these public common writings have always been respected as the sum and model of the doctrine that Dr. Luther, of blessed memory, has admirably pulled together from God's Word and firmly established against the papacy and other sects. We want to appeal to his full explanations in his doctrinal and polemical writings. We do so in the same way and as far as Dr. Luther himself has given necessary and Christian encouragement about his writings in the Latin preface to his published works. He has clearly drawn up this distinction. God's Word alone should be and remain the only standard and rule of doctrine to which the writings of no man should be regarded as equal. Everything should be subjected to God's Word. Other good, useful, pure books, expositions of the Holy Scriptures, refutations of errors and explanations of doctrinal articles are not rejected by this point. As long as they are consistent with the above-mentioned type of doctrine, these works are considered useful expositions and explanations. They can be helpful. What has been said so far about the summary of our Christian doctrine is only intended to mean this: we should have a unanimously accepted, definite, common form of doctrine. All our evangelical churches should confess it together and in common. Because this confession has been derived from God's Word, all other writings should be judged and adjusted to it to determine the extent to which they are to be approved and accepted. For this purpose, we brought together the above-mentioned writings: the Augsburg Confession, Apology, small-called articles, Luther's large and small catechisms, as a frequently mentioned summary of our Christian doctrine. This was done because these have always and everywhere been regarded as the common, unanimously accepted meaning of our churches. Furthermore, they have been signed at that time by the chief and most enlightened theologians, and they have held sway in all evangelical churches and schools. Also, as mentioned before, they were all written and sent out before the divisions among the theologians of the Augsburg Confession arose. Therefore, they are held to be impartial and neither can nor should be rejected by either side of those who have entered into controversy. No one who is a follower of the Augsburg Confession without guile will complain about these writings. They will cheerfully accept and tolerate them as witnesses of the truth. No one can think ill about us because we get an explanation and decision about the articles in controversy from these writings. As we lay down God's Word, the eternal truth, as a foundation, we also introduce and quote these writings as a witness of the truth and as a unanimously received, correct understanding of our predecessors who have steadfastly held to the pure doctrine. This has been the Literary Lutheran Reads the Book of Concord, and I wish you a blessed weekend.